Hi, I'm Justice Carla Wong McMillian from the Supreme Court of Georgia. And I'm here to tell you a little bit about me and also what we do on the court. Well, first about me. I was appointed by Governor Brian Kemp in April 2020 to the Supreme Court. And prior to that, I was a judge on the Georgia Court of Appeals. And before that, I was a trial court judge. So basically, I've been on almost every level of court here in the state of Georgia. One question that I often get is, why did I become a lawyer and then why did I become a judge? So let me tell you a little bit about that. I'm from a family of immigrants who we didn't have any lawyers in our family. My grandparents immigrated from China over 100 years ago, and my father was in the medical field and my aunt was a doctor. So the people in my family thought that I was going to be a doctor or possibly a teacher in high school. But things changed when I was in college. In my junior year, I started thinking about what I wanted to do next, and I really didn't know what to do. I ended up having a conversation with one of my teachers from high school, Dr. Bartlett, who taught me speech and debate. And Dr. Bartlett, for the first time, suggested I think about law school. And I never thought about that before because, again, I didn't have anyone in my family who was a lawyer. And also, we didn't have any contact with the justice system, except I can remember one time when I went to federal court when I was 6 or 7 years old, when my mother became an American citizen. That was really the only time that I'd ever been to court. So I talked to Dr. Bartlett at length, and with his suggestion, I decided to take the LSAT and apply to law school. And I was fortunate I was accepted to the University of Georgia School of Law, and I was able to get a scholarship there, which was, again, very helpful because my family wasn't going to be able to pay for me to go to law school. So I applied to law school, had a great time there, and after law school, I clerked for a federal judge, Judge William O'Kelly, in the Northern District of Georgia. That's a federal court here in Atlanta. Even though I clerked for Judge O'Kelly, I never really thought about becoming a judge. But again, things changed. In 2010, I was practicing law in Atlanta, but living in Fayette County when we had a couple of judges resign. And that left a couple of openings. And I started thinking about what I wanted to do to serve the community where my children will be growing up. And also taking a risk in my career and not just staying comfortable and safe in my law practice. So I ended up applying for that position, and I was appointed by Governor Sonny Perdue to the state court in Fayette County. And then after that, I went on to the Court of Appeals and now the Supreme Court. Another question that I often get is, what do you do on the Supreme Court and what is your favorite thing? Well, with our 9 justices on the Supreme Court, and we work together on each of the cases that come before our court. These are the more complicated cases that come through on appeal from the lower courts. And we write opinions, which is the law here in the state of Georgia that everyone has to follow. So we have to be very careful how we write up our opinions, and we work closely together on the opinions that we write to make sure that they're exactly correct and as clear as possible so that ordinary Georgians can follow them and be able to comply with the law. Another question I often get is, what is your favorite case that you've been on the Supreme Court? Well, I don't have one yet because I've only been on the Supreme Court for 5 months, but please check with me later. And finally, I'd just like to say, when you have the opportunity, I hope that you can come down and visit us at the Supreme Court in this beautiful courtroom that I'm sitting in. We're more than happy to tour you after the pandemic is over. But in the meantime, if you're interested in the court, please do check out our website. We offer oral arguments online, and they're live streamed so that you can watch us at oral argument. And we also offer a virtual tour of this facility. Again, thank you so much for allowing me to tell you a little bit about me and the Supreme Court.